على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. So many of the verses which I have recited in the first 8 rak'ahs of Taraweeh, deal with things related to the death and after death. So death and resurrection and Jannah and Nar. And there is a question which the Islamic theology asks us: is it necessary to believe in the afterlife? Is it necessary to believe in the afterlife? And is it necessary to behave according to your own belief in the afterlife? It's definitely yes. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says at the beginning of Surah Al-Baqarah, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ. And of course, part of the ghaib or the unseen is your own soul and what happens to your own soul in this world and the afterworld or the afterlife. So, and there is a very interesting thing in the Quran. There is a very intriguing ayah in the Quran which makes me wonder. Subhanallah, I say Subhanallah when I read this verse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ زَيَّنَّا لَهُمْ أَعْمَالَهُمْ فَهُمْ يَعْمَهُونَ. Subhanallah. This is Subhanallah. So at the beginning of Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah says, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. Those who believe in the unseen. And then afterwards, in Surah Al-Baqarah itself, وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ أَنَّ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. And give good news to the believers who believe, who will be, granted, the paradise and so on and so forth. And then, all the way, as we read in the Quran, we hear a lot about death, Jannah, Nar, Akhirah, Hisab, Sirat. Why? This, poses a very big questions for Muslims. Why the afterlife? Why is it necessary to believe in the afterlife? Why is it necessary to behave accordingly? And the intriguing verse which I have just read to you, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ, those who do not believe in the afterlife, زَيَّنَّا لَهُمْ أَعْمَالَهُمْ. We make their ugly deeds to appearing in their own eyes. So those who do not believe in the afterlife, they act badly. And those bad actions, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala beautifies these bad actions in their own eyes so that they like their own bad actions and proceed with deviation. And the result is زَيَّنَّا لَهُمْ أَعْمَالَهُمْ فَهُمْ يَعْمَهُونَ. And therefore they go astray. They are misled, they are misguided, they lose the right way of guidance. And this is very scary. Subhanallah, they do not believe in the afterlife. Why again? Why? The question again, why? As I told you, the Prophet ﷺ says, Al-Islam وأن تشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أن محمد رسول الله وأن تقيم الصلاة وأن تؤتي الزكاة وأن تصوم رمضان وأن تحج البيت. So there are pillars of Islam: to make shahada, to do salah, to give zakah, to make hajj, and to do what? And to make salah. And what are the pillars of faith, belief? Okay? So the shahada, the salah, the zakah, hajj, saum, these are physical acts of worship. But still you need to have belief in what? In Allah, wa malaikatihi, the angels of Allah, wa rasulihi, the messengers of Allah, wal yawm al-akhir, and the day to come, the afterlife, al-akhirah, wa bil qadar, and in destiny or predetermination. وبالقدر whether it is good or bad. So one of the pillars of the belief in Muslim theology is to believe in the afterlife. Again, why? This is a very big question in Islamic theology. It is a pillar of Islam, and also as we see in the verses which we read, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks a lot about Jannah and Nar. And why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about Jannah and Nar? Just imagine in Surah Al-Mutaffifin, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا اكْتَالُوا عَلَى النَّاسِ يَسْتَوْفُونَ وَإِذَا كَالُوهُمْ أَوْ وَزَنُوهُمْ يُخْسِرُونَ أَلَا يَظُنُّ أُولَئِكَ أَنَّهُمْ مَبْعُوثُونَ لِيَوْمٍ عَظِيمٍ يَوْمَ يَقُومُ النَّاسُ لِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. So basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about those who cheat on the scales. When they buy something, they get full measure. When they sell something, they do not give full measure to those who buy from them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds them. Don't they think that they will be resurrected for a great day, a day on which they will meet the Lord of the Lords? And you ask yourself, what is the relationship between cheating on selling and buying and resurrection and the afterlife? We need to make this connection between those worldly transactions and what is coming next in the afterlife. And this ayah of Al-Mutaffifin answers this question. The afterlife, you believe in the afterlife, and your behavior or action according to this belief gives your own life purpose and meaning. And it puts you in the right way. It puts you in the right way. Why? For instance, if those who cheat on the scales, for instance, if those who oppress others, those who do this or that bad action, if they think about the afterlife and that they would be questions by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about their own deeds, they will stop doing bad actions. And here is the benefit of believing in the afterlife. Just when you do anything in this world, just have in mind that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask you about it. And this makes your own life meaningful and has a very good purpose. And I give you two examples. For example, when there is a fundraising campaign, for instance, and you are asked to give some charity for this or that project. Okay? And you have this brother telling you, okay, just look out for the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This reward, the act of charity is something physical. You do it on the side. You do it just right now. You pay from your own pocket right now. In return for something which is related to the unseen. So the reward, the thawab which you expect from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is something unseen. It is from the afterlife. You do not see it. But it is because of your own belief in the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are motivated to give this charity. Again, when you make dua, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give me strength, guide me, help me, support me. Okay? The expectation of the response from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is something related to the unseen. You cannot see it. But you see its consequences in your own life. So, and also your prayers, your zakah, your salat, everything. So, someone might ask, I'm not so convinced, and I tell you something. Just think about your own soul. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَفَلَا تُبْصِرُونَ وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ. Just look into your own souls. Think about your own creation. There is something inside you which is unseen. This soul, it is unseen. You cannot control it. It is something by which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala controls your own life. He gives you life, He takes life from you. And both life and death, they are unseen to you. And this your own soul, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps you to straighten or to reform or to rectify, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this sort of view is a proof of the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah whom you do not see, but you see His own creation, you see His own Quran, you see His own guidance. You know, so the akhirah, or the idea of the unseen in Islamic theology, is a very big topic. And it starts with your own soul, which you cannot see, the thawab, which you cannot see, the divine promise, which you cannot see, but you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have a proof in our hands, this Quran. We have a proof in our own lives, the guidance from Allah, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives to us. And this, by this explanation, we can make sense of the ayah which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ زَيَّنَّا لَهُمْ أَعْمَالَهُمْ فَهُمْ يَعْمَهُونَ. So those who do not believe in the afterlife, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes them to like their own bad deeds, so that they get lost, more lost, which is very, very scary. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يغفر لنا ذنوبنا وأن يبصرنا بأمور ديننا وأن يتغفله عنا اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين.